Okay, and we are live. I'm already starting to melt down some melting wafers. Let's check on how those are doing. Today we're gonna make a hot chocolate bomb that looks like a cup of hot chocolate, and we're gonna decorate it with some nice little Halloween accents and sprinkles on top. Let's give this a little stir. Okay, still not quite, so I'm gonna add put that back in the microwave and do another 20 seconds or so. Hello, Andrea. What are we making? We are making a hot chocolate bomb that looks like a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate, but we're gonna add some Halloween little decorations on top. Let me show you kind of the inspiration. This is a hot chocolate bomb that I made yesterday to look like a pumpkin spice latte. Oh, thank you so much. And this is the inspiration that we're going with today, but we're gonna make a Halloween version. So let me check on my chocolate. And I'm keeping the flavor just pretty plain today, going with a straight hot chocolate bomb on the inside. Okay. Let's give this a mix, and it looks like we're all melted finally. I don't see any little pieces, so we are good. Okay. So I have these little cups right here. I think these are about 3-ounce little solo cups. And so we're going to cut right along one side. Just right there, right down to the pretty much the bottom. And then on the opposite side, we're going to cut another slit. And I'm gonna grab a piece of tape here. And I like to use another regular cup. Put this one on top, and then it kind of helps to like hold it in place while you put the tape on. So we're making sure it's all lined up. And then we're putting our tape over. It's not going to cover the whole thing, but as long as it's basically all together, then it should not have any kind of leaking issues. Same thing on the other side. I just saw Andrea says, I signed up to sell hot chocolate bombs and I am having so much trouble with melting the chocolate. So it's hard when it dries, and also doing the cup ones, they break when I demold. Yes. So with the chocolate, that's interesting. I'm curious, do you do the microwave? Do you do double boiler? What method do you use to melt it? Could definitely make a difference. And then also for sure with the cup ones, I've tried just doing it regular. I find that, I can't talk today. I find that doing the slits down the side, it makes it so much easier to demold them. So they do have like a teeny little thin line on the sides, but honestly, it's so much more worth, it's a lot more worth it doing it this way than having the hassle of, you know, it potentially breaking on you when you try and demold it. This one needs an extra little piece of tape right up here. Okay. Just to make sure it's nice and secure. So then we got that. And now we're going to pour our chocolate in. I'm going something. A little bit more. Okay. I'm gonna give this a little tap, tap, tap here. Release those air bubbles, make sure it fills in all the little grooves. Okay, that should be. I didn't know you were going live today. Yes, I decided to switch up the day because I have something going on tomorrow and it might spill into Friday. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to do a live this week. So switched it up on you. looks pretty good. Now we're gonna dump it right back into our bowl. And flip. And then shake, shake, shake that excess. So we just basically are trying to line the inside of the cup. And this is our first layer. I like to do 2 to always help reinforce the hot chocolate bomb and make sure that that second layer helps to protect it from, you know, breaking or anything like that, regardless of whatever shape I'm doing. Okay, just like that. And then we can even like smooth the top if we want. I'll grab my offset spatula for that. There you are. And just go right like that. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this in the fridge. Usually I would do freezer when I'm working with my silicone molds, but for this one, I've actually had them kind of like crack on me pretty easily because it's not silicone. So we're gonna do the refrigerator first and then do our second layer. Then we're gonna do, you know, try and make sure we're not cracking our thing because we don't wanna spend all that time on it and then obviously not have it work out. So, let me see here. LOL, it's all good. I love your videos. You're amazing cook. Thank you so much, Chris. Andrea says, I was doing double boiler with almond bark, but I think it was getting too hot or steam getting in. Switching to the microwave, but had some issues with white chocolate. Yeah, that's why I don't do the double boiler. I always get very nervous about water getting in there because it will seize it and then it's basically like useless. That's why I like the microwave, but that's why I always do short bursts in the microwave. Like, you know, I start with 30 seconds, even though the bag recommends for the melting wafers like a minute to start. I do 30 seconds and then go like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. I do a little bits at a time because I want to make sure that, you know, I always get very nervous. I hate wasting products and, you know, especially the time to try and do all that stuff. So that's why I prefer the microwave and short bursts. So that might help. I actually haven't tried using the almond bark, but I have heard of people doing that with hot chocolate bombs. Hannah says, hi, how are you doing today? Thank you. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well also. I'm so happy to see you're going live today, and I hope you have a wonderful day today, girly. Oh, thank you so much, Hannah. I hope you have an awesome day as well. Like I said, this is not my usual day. I decided to switch it up because I wanted to make sure that we did get a live in this week. So thank you all so much for hopping on today on the different day. And let me see, I already showed the inspiration once, but while we wait for our hot chocolate bomb to set, if you were not here yet, I posted a picture of this one yesterday. So this is our little pumpkin spice latte. There's actually no coffee in this one because personally I love to melt hot chocolate bombs with coffee instead of milk. Basically turns it into, you know, like a mocha or a latte. So that's my preference. So I like to keep my hot chocolate bombs a little bit more on the plain side sometimes. And so, and the coating is actually flavored with pumpkin spice flavor, in addition to there being a little bit of pumpkin spice on top and on the inside. What kind of chocolate do you use? Oh, good question. So I typically use, where's my bag? Okay. Typically I use these dark chocolates or the white vanilla flavored ones of the Ghirardelli brand, but they actually don't have the big bags like they used to at Sam's Club. So I've actually been testing out these ones. So it's the Members Mark. It's basically the same thing as the Ghirardelli ones, but it's the Members Mark or Sam's Club brand. I like these because I don't like tempering chocolate. I like to be able to just, you know, melt and get on my way with stuff. So I like these kind of melts because they melt really, really nicely when you're actually like pouring the hot water or not hot water, hot milk or coffee over the top of your hot chocolate bomb. These melt so much nicer because there are some candy melts. Like I love Wilton, but for hot chocolate bombs, the Wilton candy melts are not a good option because they just have such a weird texture when they melt. It's just kind of like a funky, I don't know, it just doesn't melt nicely. And this is like the closest to, well, at least I'm still testing this one out. I haven't tried this one in terms of actually trying the hot chocolate bomb yet, but the Ghirardelli ones melt really nicely, very similar to tempered chocolate. So that's why I like to use those ones. I think I saw another comment come in. Chris says, use the good stuff. You go, girl. Thank you. Yeah, I'm also going to start trying to, there's a brand I've been wanting to try their stuff for a while called Stover and Company, and they specifically sell online. and they have like these melts that are supposed to be like really, really great for dipping, like Oreo, you know, Oreo cookie pops and hot chocolate bombs and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited to hopefully place an order very soon to finally give them a try. What's the difference between almond bark and melting wafers? That is a great question. I'm actually not sure. I haven't looked into the difference. I would assume it's fairly similar, but like I said, I have heard of people using almond bark for hot chocolate bombs as well. So I think it's just mainly your like preference, but I'm gonna go look that up after the live. I'm very curious about that now because I am not sure what the difference is. All right, let's check on our thing here. All right, it's nice and set. I can tell because it's not, you know, it doesn't have that shine anymore to it. So we're gonna see, yeah, this is still melty enough. So we're just gonna pour it right back in and make our thicker shell here. So the cold will help to kind of set a little bit of that. Give it a little shake. We don't need to be as precise with this one, so we're just gonna dump it right out. We just don't want the warm melts to melt that one, which is also why I didn't stick it back in the microwave this time. Okay. We're looking pretty good. I'm gonna stick this back in the refrigerator for about a minute or two, and then I wanna pop it into the freezer before we get it out of the mold, or out of the cup, I should say. Okay, so we're still gonna use this. I'm gonna take the spoon out though, because if it does set, it gets annoying to like pry it out of there. And do you guys have any other questions right now? Oop, Chris says something, I have to help my grandmother, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Totally watched 3 Cats tonight. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I cannot talk like I said today, but I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Okay, we have our chocolate to this side. And then today, once again, I'm sticking with just basic, this is Swiss Miss chocolate. I prefer the dark chocolate, but I have the milk chocolate on hand at the moment. And what else? We're just gonna keep it plain with that. I also get these vanilla dehydrated marshmallow bits off of Amazon. And I love using these as opposed to mini marshmallows just because I think they're so cute and so much fun. And especially for, they keep a lot longer because they don't have any moisture in them because they're dehydrated, obviously. I like that they will keep longer and they're more shelf stable like other hot chocolate bomb ingredients. I love to make shelf stable ones. I don't like to have ones that, you know, you have to use it very quickly. I like to be able to have them around for a little while so that, you know, if you give it to somebody as a gift, they don't have to use it like within a couple of days. Of course, there are some fun hot chocolate bombs you can do, like filling it with homemade caramel or something that is always really, it's tasty, but it's like, it's obviously has a shorter shelf life. So do you go live usually on Fridays instead of Wednesdays? Because I don't know if they do days mixed up sometimes for me. Yes, Hannah. So I usually do Fridays. The reason I'm doing today is because I have something going on tomorrow and I wasn't sure if I'd have to let that kind of spill into Friday, and I wanted to make sure that we did a live. And so once in a while I will switch it up just to make sure if I have something pop up on my Fridays that I can't move around. So that's why we're doing today. So usually if I don't have it on a Friday, I typically will do either a Tuesday or Wednesday, like late morning, early afternoon kind of time. So what else while we're waiting for our stuff? You guys have any other questions? I love how active you guys are being in the chat. Thank you so much. I don't like when I have to just talk by myself. What else? Oh, while we're waiting, I might as well show you the bark that we made on Friday's live. So this is the bark. There's actually not very much of it left. I gave a lot of it away already, but this is that pumpkin spice cookie bark. So it has the Lotus Biscoff cookies, and then it has some of the, actually the Sam's Club brand white vanilla melting wafers, and I flavored them with some pumpkin spice from Amaretti. and then topped them with some Halloween sprinkles. And it's actually very tasty. The pumpkin spice has a great level of flavor. Like it's just the right amount to where it's not, you know, in your face, overpowering, but you definitely taste it. It's not like you're searching for that flavor. So it is a really great one. And we use the oil-based extracts to do that one because you don't want to seize your candy melts. So that is a great way to flavor them. Can I see the back? Oh, the back of the... Let me try and raise you up a little bit here. This is the back of the Members Mark dark chocolate melting wafers. I hope that's what you were looking for. Let me know if you want to see it again. I'm going to check and see if I can put my shell here in the freezer. Yes, okay. So I can tell that my melts are completely set now. You see that shine's gone. I can touch it. There's no sticky on it. So now I'm going to pop it in the freezer for another probably couple of minutes just to make sure it's nice and solid. Okay, sorry, I'm at the back of the cookie bark thing. Oh, of course. So for our cookie bark, that's what the back looks like. So a little bit of stuff gets in between, but that's why I like using the Lotus Biscoff cookies because they fill in the pan really nicely and it makes a nice base for it. But the complementary flavors of the cookie butter and the pumpkin spice is delicious. Okay. So cute. Thank you so much. All right, do you guys have any other questions while we're waiting for our stuff to finish up here? I'm gonna get my spoons out for hot chocolate bomb stuff. Okay, I'm also gonna get a little container with these marshmallow bits so that I don't have to go back and forth. Because these, it's best to keep them closed as much as possible. So I'm just gonna have a little container on the side. Okay, there's my marshmallow bits. So I'm trying to get all set up because obviously when we add certain parts of our candy melts, then they set kind of quickly and I want to make sure we have everything ready to go. I'm also going to do some Halloween sprinkles and also some fun colored candy melts on top. I see, oh, Hannah says, I always see your posts on here and you always say when you go live, but I love any weekend you live, girly. Thank you so much, Hannah. Can you do a video on the cookie bark? Yes, so I was actually thinking about doing one for, what is it? I have a pumpkin pie flavored one that I thought about doing. Ooh, or I have sweet apple. I have too many things I want to make. But I definitely will want to make one for like fall themed that I can for sure do a shorts video for. But if you do want to see one a little bit sooner, like before Halloween, I did, I actually made this cookie bark that I just showed you. I made this one on our live from Friday. So that's the last live video right before this one. So if you want to go check that out, I love cookie bark because it's very easy. And also if you have leftover, you know, melting wafers or chocolate or whatever, it's a great way to use it up, but also make something really kind of cute and tasty. And then I have some Halloween sprinkles ready to go on the side here. What other sprinkles do I want? Do I have some bone? Oh, I think I want to include an eyeball. That would be so cute. Okay, I'm getting a whole mix of stuff over here. So I have these nice little green nonpareils. And then I also have some eyeball sprinkles. I think I want to include that. So it's gonna kind of be inspired by a bubbling cauldron. Not quite looking like a bubbling cauldron, but I think it's still gonna be very, very cute. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. Let's check on this. Okay, this feels nice and solid. So very, very carefully, I am going to carefully cut along that line of tape. Or you could like try to remove it, but sometimes I have difficulty. Oh, wait, this one, yeah, see? It doesn't want to cooperate with me. So I'm going to very, very gently press right there. Right along that line, being very careful I don't cut myself or anything. Because all I want to do is just cut that to release it. You can actually kind of see it release. That was cool. Okay, let's see. We kind of want to wiggle it off the sides here. That's what I always do even with the silicone molds. Is I try to separate the top first because it has an easier time breaking if you don't separate that top. Come on, work with me. I think I didn't cut it far enough. Hannah says, you're so beautiful, girl, every day. Oh, thank you so much. Your spiderweb bathing suit. Thank you. I was very happy that I got to wear that and fit the Halloween vibes. Oh, and then Vicky made it. Yay! I'm happy that you made it too, Vicky. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let me try cutting this a little bit more. Try to make it a little bit easier to pop out. There we go. I can see that one. I think this is the one. Okay, let's hope that that did it. This is like the most nerve-wracking part, is just making sure that you peel it off nicely and not break it. Come on, cup, you can do it. This one wants to be stubborn, and that's okay. I just kind of messed it up with my nail a little bit, but I'm going to smooth the top anyway, so I am not mad at that. Come on. Ah, yes. Yes, there we go. Yay. And you could cut it all the way down on the bottom too. I've done that in the past, but I feel like it's a lot easier to cut it only on the side so it's still all one piece. Or else you have to tape all along the bottom too, and it's just kind of a pain. So there is our cup. And so you have a little bit of seams. You could clean that up if you really wanted to, or if you wanted to like do some kind of like wafer paper wrap around it, you could do that too. But that is what ours looks like. Okie dokie. What are y'all gonna be for Halloween? Great question. I think I always like to try and go and do a theme with my dog. And last year I had thought about it, but we ended up doing like, I think we did witches last year. But I have a Sally dress, and then my dog has, I got her a Zero costume, which she doesn't like things on her head, so she's not going to be a fan of Zero's head on her head, but she's going to be adorable. She's actually right next to me right now. There is a 3-piece mold for the cups too. Is there? I didn't know about that. I just finally tried a 3-piece mold for the first time and I love it. Where did you get yours? Because I am very curious. Because I would also love to not have to constantly use these little plastic cups. I'm in love with your nails, like Halloween theme. Thank you so much. It's like a super deep purple, and then I put like a glittery top coat on. I think it's called unicorn top coat. I love it. You're gonna cow onesie for Halloween. Oh, that's so cute. A marcher for the marching band. Oh, that's fun. Are you in the marching band? I can't remember if you, I think you said that you are in school. We're heating up this plate a little bit. Very careful with the fire. And then just lightly melting to clean up our top here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And we can set that to the side. Haven't tried it yet, but I got it from, I'm anxiously awaiting to hear where you got it from. Here, I always like to pick a front side. This way it looks a little bit better. So we're gonna pick this one, and I'm an 1/8. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, it's still melty. We're gonna add our hot chocolate powder. God, it feels like such a long time ago, 8th grade. It was a long time ago for me, but I'm trying to do the math in my head really quick, and it's like my mind's rejecting, like, don't do it. Okay. So there we have our hot chocolate powder. And I think I'm gonna stick this in the microwave, just lightly heat this up a little bit. I'm only doing like 15 seconds. I need it to be a little bit warmer, but not quite. Hannah's in college. Oh, that's fun. What are you studying? I always love to know. Because I was in chemistry, that was my degree in college, but I did a volunteer group on campus, and so we were from like all types of majors and everything, so it was really fun to meet everybody. I posted a link, not sure if it went through. I unfortunately do not see the link, Andrea. I don't act like the other 8th graders. Oh, my chocolate's done. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. But it also is like I had all older, like my sister is a lot older than I am. We have like a big age gap, but weirdly enough, we look very similar. Like we've been mistaken for twins a lot. So I feel like I always acted older than I was. And also all my cousins are like pretty far ahead of my age as well. So I was always around the older crowd. Okay, we're gonna fill the top here to cover up our chocolate, make sure it gets all locked in. I'm just built different. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you are happy. Okay, we covered our stuff and we're going to add some of our marshmallows. And I'm adding a little bit more because I'm going to be putting some candy melts over the top of this to make sure it stays in there. We can push those below. And, oh, hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot. Let me see if I can do that while I'm on live. No. There we go. There we go. Okay. Swipe. Okay, so I have the screenshot. So thank you, Andrea, for the website. I'm definitely going to check that out because, like I said, I hate having to waste these cups and everything. So I would love to have a 3-piece mold with that. Your videos always help me calm down and have given me such good ideas for baking. Just thank you for being you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Kelsey. That just made my day. You're so sweet. Vicky says, me too. I hang out with 9th and 10th grade kids. Yeah. I want to do gardening and art this year. Oh, that's awesome. You're taking a break from college this year and next year doing gardening and art for your junior year in college. That's awesome. Yeah, I love taking extra classes. I don't, weirdly enough, I don't think I ended up doing any art classes, whereas like I loved doing that when I was in grade school and high school. But I ended up actually doing music as a minor to help balance out all my chemistry classes because I felt like I was going a bit crazy there for a little while with how intense they were. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to melt candy melts because I thought this looked kind of like a nice bubbling cauldron green. So I'm going to melt those. Okay. So we're gonna still add some more of these. It's gonna have a pretty good amount of the marshmallows on top, but I like to kind of add it for bulk because obviously I can't pipe the candy melts on top of here, but I feel like the way that I was able to layer this one, I keep putting it back, I should just leave it out. But the way that I layered this one with the candy melts and the marshmallows kind of helped make it kind of look like a whipped cream marshmallow combo. So I'm just gonna put that one right there so we can still reference it. But we're gonna try the same thing, but with these green candy melts this time. Okay. Willie. Willie, come on. Come on. Sit. No, don't beat. Sit down. My dog's like been stuck to both of us, both my mom and I in particular, for the past few days because it's been like all of a sudden windy and she doesn't like when it gets windy. So she keeps like going everywhere as like our little shadow. Just like how she's sitting right next to my foot. The green reminds me of Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Yeah, it kind of does a little bit. I'm hoping with the combo of the Halloween sprinkles, it's going to look nice and Halloween-y vibes. This needs a little bit more time, so I'm going to go about 15 seconds. All right, Vicky says we'll be right back. Okie dokie, we'll be here, at least for a little bit longer, while we finish up our hot chocolate bomb. Okay, that should be good. Okay, that looks nice and melty like we need it to. We're gonna add a little layer of this on right on top of our marshmallows here. So I'm gonna try and kind of completely cover them up a little bit, just very carefully. Marshmallow doesn't want to let go. I have to do something. Never mind, I'll just keep this open. Okay, whatever you want to do, Vicky, we're cool with. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, so we got it completely covered. Since it's Halloween, we could even like do a little, maybe like drip down the side for funsies. Because Halloween, you know, it can make it a little bit more messy and it kind of fits the vibe. Could do another one like right here or something. Kind of works. Okay. Then we're going to add some more of our little marshmallow bits here before our candy melt set. Trying to kind of build it up and build a nice little base here. And we want the little marshmallow bits to touch some kind of candy melts or be covered by the candy melts because that ensures that it's going to actually stay. I don't like how that drip looks. Maybe I can remove it. Not too shabby. You know what? I'm going to remove these drips as well because they don't want to cooperate like typical drips do. There we go. Okay. Okay. Hello. Move. Move, Shadow. Okay. So, okay, maybe I'll try and add a little drip in like a second, but that also started to melt the chocolate. It seems a bit, but there's our front. We still look good though, because like I said, with Halloween, if it gets a little bit messy, it kind of fits the vibe. So let's add a few more marshmallow bits on top here. You can't have hot chocolate bomb, I'm sorry. Okay, pile a few more on top here if they want to stay. Oh, stay. Trying to make it look like a little nice little mound here. Go right there. I want to fill in this one space and the marshmallows keep going everywhere. There we go. Everywhere but. So we're going to use some of our candy melts here. And we're going to add a little drizzle of candy melts over the top. So we're going to add our little drizzle. And this does not have to be perfect at all. Just making sure that we cover the top. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we're gonna add really quick our sprinkles before our candy melts set. So I want some green to kind of because I don't want it to be just plain. So we're gonna add in some different textures. I have these kind of chunky sugar sprinkles here. Okay, I like that. And then also, I think I want to add a little bit of some orange sprinkles that are kind of bigger to add some other texture. I need to get these sprinkles off my hands. And I always forget that they dye my hands a little bit, so I should have put them in a little bowl. Okay. And like I said, I think I want to add a few of these on there for a little bit of orange. I'm just going to pop these on in a few spots. And one more right there. Okay. And to finish it off, we're going to add an eyeball sprinkle. And then I think I have a few things to get caught up with the chat. But the question is, what size sprinkle do we do? We have 3 different sizes. I have a small, medium, and large. Kind of wondering how the large would look. It might be too big. I think this, maybe the medium. Come here, medium. Okay, let's put that right on top if it wants to cooperate with me. Angle forward. Come on. Okay, hold on. I want it kind of sitting like this. Oh, you're kind of staying. And then I want to pop on a few of the little eyeballs. Just to add a little bit more, and then we are going to be complete. Okay, what do we think of our Cacao like monster hot chocolate bomb? Hannah says, oh, what do you do in life? For me, I do Fortnite and Minecraft and drawing, playing with family and games, watch YouTube videos and shorts. Well, that sounds like a lot of good stuff. I think I, of course, enjoy spending time with my family. I do love playing games, even though I'd like to do it more. What else? Of course, spending time with my puppy because she's very snuggly, especially when it gets colder outside. She's like, you will snuggle, which of course is adorable, so I can't resist. Yeah, I love playing games, although I haven't been able to play on Switch for a while now because everything has just been busy. I also like crafting when I have time. That's kind of like actually before I got into food crafting, if you will. That was like the main stuff that I did. I actually had considered doing a channel on crafting stuff before because that was actually the main thing I did for a very long time. But I do enjoy food crafting because it's an edible form of crafting where you can just give it to people and make them happy. That's pretty much the gist. I also, of course, enjoy watching fun movies and TV shows as well. It looked like a popcorn bucket. Yes, it did. Amy says they love making these hot chocolate bombs, but mine never come out as pretty as yours. Oh, thank you so much. This is so adorbs. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you saw the tip about cutting the cup, because I did try without having to cut it, and it's a nightmare for me. So maybe try cutting the cup, or let me scroll back up. Andrea said, I don't even know how to say the name. A little bit earlier in the chat, she put a website for a company that has a 3-piece hot chocolate bomb that's 4 little cups like this, which is just so cool. I'm definitely gonna look into that. And because I'd love to see, especially I love the 3-piece ones because I tried them, like I said, for the first time very recently, and it made things so easy and so lovely. So I am very excited to give those a go. That is it for our Halloween hot chocolate bomb for today. Do you guys have any other questions or comments or whatever you want to pop in the chat before we're done with our live for today? Thank you guys so much again. I can't screw this thing on. Okay, there we go. Like, these things do not want to cooperate with the cap sometimes, but I like it because it makes me think of, obviously, chemistry test tubes. But Hannah says, how did you do your white chocolate bar thing? Are you asking about the bark I showed a little bit ago? I'm thinking that's, if you're mentioning the bark, and I'm going to scooch this a little bit. So the bark that we made, again, this is from a different live, so you can go check this out in the lives on my channel. The bark, yes, perfect. So with these, just a quick rundown. But of course, like I said, you can go and check out the live that we did last week because it is on my channel. So you basically just put down a layer of Lotus Biscoff cookies, and then we flavored some of the white vanilla melting wafers with some pumpkin spice, and then just literally poured it right over the top. Didn't use all of it because it's basically just covering just enough so that you don't see the cookies through the candy melts. And then you just pop on your whatever kind of sprinkles. I did a mix of orange and black here. You just pop on your sprinkles before the candy melts have a chance to set, and then let it chill. I put it in the fridge for like, you know, maybe 10 minutes or so, just to make sure that it's nice and the candy melts are fully set. And then you can either use a knife to cut it, or my personal favorite is to usually just kind of break it into pieces. But if you want like more, a little bit sharper edges like that, you can kind of score it with a knife and then break it on that line. So Vicky has a question. What's your question? We're anxiously waiting. Bring my little Hawken frame here. And there's the pumpkin spice latte. Have you ever made homemade hard candy? Great question. I have not actually. That's one of the things I've barely done is work with, like, you know, the types of candies where you have to go to either like hard crack or soft crack, or you have those specific temperature ranges that you have to go with that. I haven't really played around with that stuff very much, but I am kind of curious about it. I have worked with isomalt, which is very, very easy because you basically just melt it in a pan. You don't have to pay attention, as far as I'm aware from my limited experience with it, that you don't have to pay as much attention to the temperature as you do when you're working with sugar. So Yasmin says it looks like drywall. Well, I don't know what drywall looks like, I guess, but Amy says Etsy has a 3-piece hot cocoa bomb molds. I tried to send a link, but it says it's too long. Okay, cool. They're on Etsy as well. Thank you so much for letting us know that. Oh, you make them with the fam every year. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we've always been more of like a cookie family. Like that's always kind of, like, what? Can I help you? That's always been our thing is we more so do, you know, like cookies and baked goods and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess that's why we've just never gotten into the sugar thing, but I am curious about it for sure. So I'm kind of curious, what kind of hard candies do you make? Do you make like flavored ones, or Abby says to eat it. So this is, you don't eat this. You melt it with either hot milk or coffee. If you want to do like a mocha, which is my preferred option. Abby is adamant about eat it. I'm not going to eat it because that would just be a mouthful of powder. Hannah says, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next week on live on Friday. Yes, we should be back on Friday. Of course, I'll always I'll try and at least post the night before to let you guys know beforehand if anything changes. Videos and lives. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hannah, for being here. Abby says that she would still eat it. Yeah, I actually did have someone when I first started making hot chocolate bombs. I gave it to them and they didn't know, I guess the message didn't get relayed that they were supposed to melt it, and they actually did full just eat it. They said it was delicious, but they were like, it's a bit dry, and it's like, well, yeah, there's powder inside of it. There's hot chocolate powder. So yeah. Okay. Any other questions? It looks like chocolate. Yes, we used dark chocolate melting wafers, the Ghirardelli brand, to make the cup. And then we got our Swiss Miss hot chocolate powder here. You can use any hot chocolate powder. That's just the one I had on hand for right now. And it looks like chocolate. Why? Because I meant to make it look like chocolate. And you can, of course, add, like I said, a little wafer paper. I need to find like an edible printer or something like that, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. But you could do like a little wafer paper, you know, like cup holder thing to make it look even more like a cup of hot chocolate. Bye, have a nice day. Bye, Vicky. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, definitely very, very yummy. And I love, again, using the little marshmallow bits, because they also float to the top, so it just looks like a whole bunch of marshmallow bits when you melt your hot chocolate bomb too. And sometimes, I need to get a new bag of it, I think, but sometimes I like to add in the carbonated crystals, which are basically like unflavored Pop Rocks, and they don't have any kind of like visual popping effect to them, but sometimes it's kind of fun because when they get in contact with, you know, like water or coffee or liquid or whatever, they actually will start to fizz and pop and stuff like that. So I've actually had some people that I've given hot chocolate bombs to that I put that on the inside. I let them know ahead of time. I didn't want to scare them, but I put those on the inside just for kind of like a fun, something different. And it has this like kind of popping sound to it. So it's kind of fun. When are you going to eat it, girly? Good question. I'm not sure. I'm going back and forth on if I want to have this one in particular myself or if I want to like give it to a family member or something. But we shall see. If I do it for myself, of course, I always film that and let you guys see it. Can I slurp the stuff inside of it? I would not recommend that. It would be like a chocolate powder version of the cinnamon challenge, which I don't recommend. Yeah, any other questions, comments for today? That's it for our live with our little monster Halloween hot cocoa right here. One day have your dog in the live stream. Maybe. She actually, hold on. Let me see if I can. Hi, baby. And she's trying to smell the, stop licking the tripod. Hi. Am I go? This is Lily. Hi. Hi, baby. Yes, my good girl. So yeah, that's my baby. She's usually sleeping, but right now she's like, I want to go outside, even though I just took her out because she's, you know, wants it that way. Okay, well, if that is it for questions, comments, all that fun stuff, I truly appreciate all of you being on here today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for an active chat. Today has been absolutely wonderful. And of course, I will always let you know. She's so cute. Thank you so much. She's my little baby. I will, of course, let you know when I have more lives coming up. My next live will most likely be next Friday, but I will, of course, let you know ahead of time when that will be. And then got some tutorial videos in the works as well as daily shorts videos. And especially I have my Halloween advent calendar going on right now. There's 13 days of that. We've done 2 so far. Today's going to be day number 3. So make sure to keep checking back on that stuff. And I will see you guys very soon. Thank you again for joining. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and the rest of your week. See you guys soon. Bye.